Great job on the dribble drive penetration, and he kicks it out to his teammate in Brewer, and Brewer finishes the play with a three. Foul on the play. Man, does Ogum have great leaping ability. Sixth team foul against the Vikings, one more, and DePaul will be in the 1-1, a 43-41 lead. A very exciting championship game, and I'm a little bit surprised by it, as I respect DePaul College Prep, but Homewood-Flossmoor was so good in those first three games. I just didn't know if DePaul College Prep had enough in them after that hard-fought win last night, but they do, and they have a chance with under 4 to go to raise the first place trophy. Did not start his dribble, and he did not do a pass. Just fake the pass, no travel. Brian Matthews picked up his pivot foot, which is illegal, otherwise known as a travel. DePaul, great at the free throw line today, 6 of 7, just 6 of 12 from Homewood-Flossmoor. 50% is great when it comes to three-point shooting and shooting from the field, but when you're at the charity stripe, under 60%, and you're just begging to be beaten. But right now, the Vikings, with that great talent on the defensive end, they've kept DePaul College Prep in check to be down by just one possession. Ogum. R.J. Ogum. How about that? Putting the team on his back. Greg Jennings style, if you've ever seen that famous YouTube video. And just like that, the Vikings up by one. I think it's safe to say who the tournament MVP is if the Vikings end up with the victory. Not much of a jump shot, did not really get much in the air on it, and it goes off the front iron. Matthews got the offensive board, falling hard to the floor, and he'll go to the line for the 1-1. DePaul led by as much as 5 in this quarter, but now the Vikings up by 1. Back and forth we've gone. DePaul Prep won the first quarter, then Homewood-Flossmoor won the second and third. Now DePaul College Prep trying to win the fourth and most important quarter.
Cam. That's it right, Jay. Go get him, T.Y.
Huge free throws for Brian Matthews. It's not just about fundamentals, it's about mental too. And physiological aside, the psychology of Matthews, he's able to just focus on the free throw at hand, try to isolate the crowd, and that's what he does, makes the free throw as good as gold. We're all tied at 44. Brewer, you're wondering if he was trying to taunt or get in the psyche of Matthews. Doesn't matter. The 6'10" center shows that even front court players can make free throws. 45-44. They've been absolutely phenomenal from the free throw line tonight. 8 of 9, just 6 of 12 from Homewood-Flossmoor. Johnson with 15, Ogum with a game best 19. Great game from Ogum, 7 of 12. 3 of 7 from downtown, but just 2 of 4 from the charity stripe. Ogum driving in, shot goes off the backboard and the rim, but not through the hoop, and a rebound towards the Rams. Now on the fast break. And slowing it down is DePaul College Prep. Good ideas. There's no shot clock, so you can hold for as long as you'd like. I highly doubt they're going to hold for the last shot, but if there's an open look, mid-range especially, DePaul College Prep is going to shoot it. Unless you're absolutely open. If I'm DePaul College Prep, I don't want to shoot that. Tough shot from Johnson, no good. Oh, what a play by Ogum. About to fall out of bounds in midair, is able to save it and pass it off to one of his teammates. And an absolutely spectacular move by Watts. The St. Rita transfer now goes to the public school, and now has a chance to give his public school a tournament championship. But Tom Kleinschmidt has something to say about that as he calls timeout. Back and forth we go. Oh, doctor, what action. 46-45 lead for the Vikings. You're watching JCS, digital media for all athletes and ages. A 46-45 lead for the Vikings. R.J. Ogum, spectacular tonight, 19 points, 15 for Johnson. Both teams not shooting well from the floor. Homewood-Flossmoor started off hot, and they've kind of slowed down as of late. They're now under 50%. DePaul under 35, but DePaul just trails by 1. They've got 2 players in double digits besides Johnson, Mosley with 10 and Matthews with 10. Matthews 4 of 7 and a perfect 2 of 2 at the free throw line. You wonder what Tom Kleinschmidt is going to draw up for his team here. If you're watching today's broadcast, JCS, we do everything for you. Play-by-play commentary, but we also do highlight reels, recruiting videos, and if all you want is live stream game footage, we do that for you as well. Just go to the website, justcrushsports.com, and click on the Contact Us page. We're also looking for sponsors as well. So if you're a business that wants to have some extra advertising, we do unlimited advertising for a one-time fee. This might be DePaul College Prep's last big chance to get back in the game, unless Homewood-Flossmoor cannot connect on their possession. Under a minute to go. Homewood-Flossmoor cannot afford to foul. Matthews with a beautiful rebound for a split second, lost it. Jump ball, possession arrow, Homewood-Flossmoor. Kleinschmidt can't believe it. He'll call timeout again, and we'll take a timeout as well. Only one more timeout remaining for the Rams. What a game today, 46-45 in favor of HF. You're watching JCS Digital Media for all athletes and ages. At Hinsdale Central High School, a 46-45 lead for the Vikings. Matthews had it for a second, lost it, jump ball. Tried to call the timeout, but didn't matter as Homewood-Flossmoor had the possession advantage. And now with no shot clock, DePaul College Prep has to foul. You got to wonder when the IHSA will have a shot clock, but you also want to make it more about the student than the athlete. When you're putting a shot clock in there, it's starting to feel like a professional game. These kids are only 15 to 18 years old, as some of these high school kids start playing varsity basketball by the time they're a 15-year-old freshman. Foul called against DePaul College Prep. They have one more to give. Ball loose. Who touched it last? They're going to say the Rams did. Substitutions for Homewood-Flossmoor, and you would assume that these are the guys that Condotti wants on the floor. Reedy back in the game, just a 1-point advantage for Homewood-Flossmoor. Immediately fouled on the play as Watts, and he has a chance to make both of his free throws here. But because the Vikings are only up by 1, even if he connects on both, a 3-pointer would tie this one up for DePaul College Prep. Huge free throw, ice in his veins, isolating the crowd noise. Makes the one of his 2 in the 1-and-1. Homewood-Flossmoor has been absolutely phenomenal in the second and third quarters. DePaul College Prep kept them in check. But Homewood-Flossmoor still has the lead, up by 3 with under 36 seconds to go. With no shot clock. This is the last clean possession that DePaul College Prep has, assuming Homewood-Flossmoor doesn't miss their free throws. But they have not been good from the free throw line. Timeout called by Kleinschmidt before the foul was called on Brewer We'll take a timeout as well with an even 22 seconds left. You're watching JCS, digital media for all athletes and ages. Seconds on the clock. You're wondering what Tom Kleinschmidt's going to draw up here. I think it's going to be an off-ball screen. And see if Johnson can get into the lane with the layup. I'd be shocked if he tries to get the three because you know that both perimeter defenders are going to go out to Johnson. The layup's going to be there. Get the quick two and foul because Homewood-Flossmoor has not shown that they can be consistent at the free throw line, shooting under 58% from the charity stripe. Beautiful crossover by Johnson. Back to Johnson, under 14 to go. Now it looks like they'll hold for the last shot. Almost lost the ball. Bounce pass. A wide open is Matthews. Can he connect? Yes! Matthews! It doesn't get much more clutch than that. The 6'10" center silences the Homewood-Flossmoor crowd, and with 3.4 to go, a front court player makes it from downtown, and if Homewood-Flossmoor can't connect on their possession, we're going to OT. We'll stick with the action here as Mark Condotti trying to draw something up for Ogum and the rest of his players. But wow, what a call by Kleinschmidt, having confidence in Matthews because the defense knew, hey, if there's one person that we want to leave open because somebody's going to be open when you double team Johnson, Matthews was the guy. Well, they chose Matthews to be the guy to beat him, and they lost. Now for Homewood-Flossmoor with 3.4 seconds, you have the time for a pass and a couple of dribbles. Obviously, Ogum is the guy you want having the ball, but if Watts is wide open, you want him to get the ball too. 14 points for Watts. An excellent game for Watts. 5 of 6 shooting, 4 of 7 at the free throw line. He's got an assist, 4 rebounds, and just 1 foul. Ogum, 19 points, 7 of 13 shooting, 2 of 4 at the free throw line. For DePaul College Prep, if you get beat on the play, you shouldn't, but if you do, it's not the worst thing in the world to foul because Homewood-Flossmoor is shooting under 58%, and because that you're under 10 team fouls, it would only be a 1-and-1. You don't want to foul, but if you get beat on the play and it's going to be an easy layup, you have no choice but to do that. So, all that being said, I'm really expecting Ogum to get it. I'm 85% confident in that pick, but I wouldn't be shocked if they go to Watts to try to give Homewood-Flossmoor the victory. We're all tied at 48. Wouldn't you know it? That's how many points that Homewood-Flossmoor scored in the semifinal. 48-48 in the fourth quarter of action. Have to go down. Have to go full court on this pass. Shot no good. And we're going to OT. DePaul College Prep 48. Homewood-Flossmoor 48. Don't go anywhere. The fifth quarter coming up next. You're watching JCS Digital Media for all athletes and ages. OT's about to begin. Kyle Smith alongside Sean Embrick and Kevin Shepke. Wow, oh wow. Brian Matthews, you've got to be kidding me. From downtown, a three-pointer to tie it up with under 4.5 to go. Brian Matthews, have yourself a game, kid. 5 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 2 at the free throw line, 6 rebounds, going along with an assist, and very important, 13 points. 3 scores in double figures for DePaul Prep, just 2 for Homewood-Flossmoor. You got to get more out of Brandon Brewer. He's shooting 75% from the floor, but he only has 4 attempts. Because it's overtime, there will be the opening tip. And it's won by Homewood-Flossmoor. Did not start his dribble, so no turnover, obviously. No shot clock. 4-minute quarter. Very exciting basketball tonight, to say the least. A little bit surprising, but not shocking, as DePaul College Prep has been just as good as Homewood-Flossmoor. Just a little bit more for Homewood-Flossmoor in terms of those impressive victories. DePaul College Prep, they destroyed Richards 75-61. Then they beat Westinghouse 61-43 and just hung on against Marian Catholic 39-35. There is no shot clock. Kind of surprised that you would want to hold for the last shot. As the Vikings just letting that clock dwindle. Both teams just have 1 loss. 10-1 is Homewood-Flossmoor. 12-1 is DePaul College Prep. Both teams, of course, undefeated in this tournament. Best player for DePaul College Prep is T.Y. Johnson, and losing the ball there is Mosley. So almost goes against Homewood-Flossmoor, as they were holding the ball for more than 30 seconds, and it almost gets stolen from them in the backcourt. Driving in, kicking it back out. Dribble drive penetration doesn't work that time, and they'll reset.
Get it, Chief! Get him, T.Y.!
An underrated play of this game is T.Y. Johnson getting back into the play. A block from behind. Great lead pass. And finishing it is Watts. Apologize, it's Pryor. We haven't said his name all night, but a key 2 points for Pryor, coming off the bench in OT. Going deep into the bench is Condati, and Pryor takes advantage of his playing time. Could Matthews do it again? Not so much. And Matthews slapping himself on the back of his leg. I assume in disapproval. It doesn't look like he's holding that hamstring, but he was slapping it a couple of times. So watch out for that in case he has hamstring problems down the stretch. Under 1:15 to go. Goes off the leg. Kickball violation. It will remain with the Vikings.
That's it, Cam.
50-48. Homewood-Flossmoor led by 3 with under 10 seconds to go in the 4th quarter, but a huge 3 by Brian Matthews, and that allowed the Rams to stay alive. Don't go anywhere after the game. We'll have the post-game show. That's brought to you by Athletico. Better for everybody. 59.5 on the game clock. If this score holds, probably Joel Watts for Homewood-Flossmoor, and most likely Brian Matthews for DePaul College Prep. What a game by Matthews. A huge 3 to keep the Rams alive, but bigger free throws by Brewer. And now a chance to make it a 2-possession game. At one point, they were shooting 50% from the free throw line, but now it's at 57. Huge free throws. Kleinschmidt had a timeout to use, and he uses it that time. 59.5 on the game clock. A 4-point lead for the Vikings. You're watching JCS, digital media for all athletes and ages. A 4-point lead for the Vikings. You're wondering what Tom Kleinschmidt is drawing up here. I think what he's telling his boys is, it's your game now. I have confidence in you. We need something quick. Not really quick, but quick. We got to score in less than 30 seconds. If T.Y. has a good shot, have him shoot it. If not, I trust in Brian Matthews to connect from downtown. Only down by 4, so a 2-pointer is fine. 8 team fouls committed by the Rams, 7 by the Vikings, so each team just in the 1-and-1. Got to get something quick because remember, there's no shot clock. But the good news for DePaul College Prep is the Vikings have not shot well from 15 feet out at the charity stripe. Under 44 seconds to go. T.Y. one-on-one basketball off the screen from Matthews. T.Y. with it. Right-handed dribble back out to the 3-point line. In transition, fouled on the play. Was it in the act of shooting? No shot, and I agree. It was definitely a couple of seconds before the shot. In the NBA, that'd be an and one, not in high school. 9th team foul committed by the Rams. Still just a 1-and-1, so if you're the Rams, if he misses, you got to go quick. At this point, you can't be greedy. If it's open, shoot it. If it's contested, you might have to shoot it. Big time shot. Now a 5-point lead for Homewood-Flossmoor. DePaul fought hard tonight, but it's just so hard to win when you shoot under 40%. 35% from downtown for Homewood-Flossmoor. 18 out of 36 shots by the Vikings. Under 30 seconds to go. With the possession is the Rams. Johnson, no. Hangs up there for a couple of seconds. Goes off the wiring, holding up the hoop. And with 20.9, the Homewood-Flossmoor fans can almost smell it. 20.9 seconds. 19 for Ogum. 14 for Watts, 11 for Brewer. They can't get the ball in. It was briefly stolen. Who was it last touched by? It was by the Vikings, so don't go anywhere with a full court press. DePaul College Prep gets the turnover. Matthews will check back in. A 3-pointer would make things interesting. A quick 2, a little bit interesting, but not as much as the 3. Either way you slice it, got to get something quick if you're a fan of the Rams. 16.6 on the clock, no shot clock. Not a bad decision by the Vikings would be to foul here, but you got to make sure not to foul Johnson. Johnson, almost a half-court heave, air ball, and I think that should do it, but remember the Rams on the Vikings' last possession got a turnover in their full-court press. Johnson looks tired as he just didn't get enough ump on that shot. He'll take a seat, and DePaul can't believe it. Full-court press, gets past it, still haven't fouled, and DePaul College Prep will let them dribble it out. A victory for Homewood-Flossmoor. Well-deserved. A big fight by DePaul College Prep, but Homewood-Flossmoor is the last team standing in terms of an undefeated record. Homewood-Flossmoor, for the second time in 5 years, are champions of the 2019 Hinsdale Central Holiday Classic. And that does it for our play-by-play broadcast. Coming up next, the trophy presentation, as well as the all-tournament team selections. You're watching Just Crush Sports, digital media for all athletes and ages.
championship. Now we need to have the captains from the ball front. As they will be getting a second place trophy. Congratulations to the Rams in the fighting tournament. As the remainder of their season. And we'd like to ask the captains of the team of the Vikings of Homewood-Flossmoor to accept their tournament trophy for the first fantasy championship of this year's tournament.
What?
Congratulations to the Vikings.
I'll So once again, congratulations to everybody that participated in the tournament. If we have time, we'll try to get Homewood-Flossmoor and DePaul College Prep at the postgame show. If not, we appreciate you watching today's broadcast, brought to you by Athletico and Bona Beef. The postgame show is brought to you by Athletico, better for everybody. So for Kevin Shepke, Sean Emmerich, I'm Kyle Smith. We might be signing off. If not, we appreciate you watching today's broadcast. You're watching JCS, digital media for all athletes and ages. post-game show brought to you by Athletico, but my name doesn't matter. This guy matters. Joel Watts, who, along with R.J. Ogum, you guys were a lethal two-way force out there against that DePaul College Prep team. What did you guys do on the defensive end? Did you know that DePaul shot under 35% from the floor tonight?
Yeah, we knew they came out the game. They came out shooting well, so we knew we went in the locker room. We made adjustments, and we knew we had to play our game in order to win. So that's what we had to do.
What was going in your mind when Brian Matthews hit that three? Was doubt starting to seep in through there? You're like, we have a good team. There's a reason why we've only lost one game all season.
Oh, man, I know him. I know he can shoot that, but I didn't think he was going to make it. But we've been prepping for this all week, all month, all year, really. We were ready for this moment. We knew what was going on.
So T.Y. Johnson, their lead guard, started off the game hot. What were you guys able to do on defense to kind of hold him in check in the second half?
We went triangle two on him and Lance Mosley, number 5. We just locked in on him because we knew he can get out real quick. So we just had to lock in.
Were you guys able to do an overtime? Not only were you good on offense, but they just really weren't in sync on the offensive end, DePaul College Prep.
We knew that we've been prepping for this moment more than them. They felt like they had it in the bag, and we knew that we was ready for it. So we just took control of the game and never turned back.
A big moment in the game. You guys were struggling at the free throw line, shooting at a low point of 50% going into the fourth quarter. What did your coach tell you at the charity stripe to make those free throws to increase that lead down the stretch?
I just heard everybody yelling, take your time. So that's what I did. I made a little adjustment. I started spinning the ball a little bit, and I guess that helped.
Speaking with Joel Watts, who had 15 points for Homewood-Flossmoor, what does this victory mean in terms of your team for the regular season and going into postseason play?
Oh, this is big. This is really big. We really wanted this going on the bus. We were all hyped, but we didn't know to the degree how much we could pull this off, but we actually pulled it off. And we got 10 wins in a row, 9 wins in a row, so we're ready. We're ready for this.
Joel, final thoughts as you guys go into the 2020 calendar year.
Keep this momentum. Beat everybody on the list, one by one, each day.
That's Joel Watts. You're watching the postgame show brought to you by Athletico. off the post-game show. DePaul College Prep, who unfortunately lost 53-48 in overtime. On my left, Brian Matthews, and on my right, T.Y. Johnson. Brian, a heck of a game. What was going on in your mind when you were shooting that potential game-time three to put you in overtime to win an OT?
I just felt like I needed to make the shot. I mean, me and my teammates came this far, and it wouldn't be right to end it on a miss.
Were you kind of bewildered why you were so wide open behind the three-point line?
Yeah, I'm not known to make three-point shots, so I was kind of expecting it.
T.Y., not the result you wanted, but you guys played one heck of a game. How were you able to stay in it, even though your team wasn't shooting so well tonight?
We got a lot of chemistry. We came together. We knew we had to focus on the bench. We listened to coach throughout the whole timeout, and we just got the job done in overtime.
RJ got his 19 points, but it took him 13 shots to do that. What does that mean to your team's defense, that it took him 13 shots to get those 19?
Brian played good defense on him. Even though we helped, he started off on making good shots, but we tried to contain him as much as we can, and we ended up doing that, but he still scored on.
Brian, what happened in OT? You guys were doing so well going into OT, especially your three to tie up at 48. What were they doing on defense that kind of kept you in check on the offensive end? T.Y., a tough loss, but you guys only have 2 losses. What does this mean, having such a great output in this tournament going into the 2020 calendar?
We just messed up. A lot of people are going to know us after this game, even though we lost, but we're building a reputation on our name.
Brian, final thoughts as you go into the 2020 calendar year.
We're bringing it. Just know that. We're bringing it.
DePaul College Prep, you better be ready to play the Rams. Homewood-Flossmoor was ready, but even though they were, DePaul College Prep almost got them in overtime. So for Kevin Shepke, Sean Emmerich, I'm Kyle Smith. Final score, DePaul College Prep loses 53-48 to Homewood-Flossmoor. You're watching Just Crush Sports, and we'll see you tomorrow night for the championship game of the Proviso West Holiday Tournament.